The episode starts with Yuvan regaining his consciousness. Everyone looks at him in worry. Yuvan removes Kabir-related things and says Bani. Bani runs too. Yuvan in happiness. She happily hugs him. Talika cries seeing them. Bani twirls in happiness and says her love won. She asks if he is fine. Yuvan tells her that he is not understanding what's happening to him and what's this mandip. Bani says this mandip is decorated for our wedding. She tells Devraj that her love won and she is going to marry Yuvan. Bani thanks Agastya that she doesn't know how to thank him and tells him that she will be grateful to him all her life. She says she is going to marry Yuvan and makes Yuvan wear the scarf and ties their get bandin. Devraj looks upset. Bani takes Yuvan to the mandip. Bani asks Pundit to perform her and Yuvan's marriage. Agastya shouts no. Everyone looks at him in shock. Agastya says Yuvan cannot marry Bani. Yuvan asks why can't he marry Bani. Bani asks why he is talking in this way. Agastya says Kabir can come out anytime, and he is risky for you and your family. Yuvan asks who's Kabir. Agastya reveals to Yuvan that Kabir is his spirit personality who tried to harm Bani and his family. Yuvan gets shocked. Agastya says your family doesn't love you anymore and they get scared of you. He brings Talika to him and asks her who's she. Yuvan says she is a doctor. Agastya says she is love of Kabir and shows him the tattoo of Talika's name on his hand and their photos on his mobile. Yuvan gets shocked and asks Bani if whatever Agastya is saying is true. Yuvan says it's not complete truth and those works are done by Kabir. Agastya says Kabir is part of him. Bani says it's not needed to talk to Agastya about Kabir at this time. Devraj says it's needed and Yuvan has to know about Kabir before Kabir overpowers him. Devraj reveals Kabir's acts to Yuvan. Yuvan gets stunned. Bani supports him and tells Yuvan that they can solve the problem together. She asks him to come inside to take a rest. Agastya says to Yuvan that Bani deserves a better guy, not you. Bani asks Agastya to stop it and tells him that she married Yuvan with her will and she is his life partner. Agastya says Talika is his life partner too as he married Talika. Last night, it's shown how Agastya confronted Talika when she is crying badly, and they re-enter Mandip once she reveals something. Agastya asks Talika to reveal the truth. Talika says last night Kabir gave me sleeping pills, and he married me when I'm not in my complete senses. Everyone gets shocked. Agastya says you guys may not believe it without proof. He takes Talika's phone and plays a video of their marriage. Bani shatters seeing the video. Myra supports her. Talika shows her marital signs. Bani sees Yuvan helplessly. The episode starts with Talika explaining to Bani that her marriage with Kabir has already happened when she was unconscious. Talika says she wanted to tell everyone the truth, but Kabir asked her not to tell anyone, and Kabir said he will feel bad if she said to anyone that their marriage already happened. Talika says this marriage now is just a formality. Talika says she tried to tell the truth, but she couldn't. Bani feels shattered hearing this and falls on the ground. Bani cries to herself hearing the news of Kabir, and Talika already got married. Agastya shows Bani to Yuvan and says this is the pain Bani is suffering because of Kabir and him. Bani is shown to be decrying to herself. Yuvan feels guilty for Bani's situation and thinks he doesn't even have the right to wipe Bani's tears. Yuvan leaves from there. Devraj tries to comfort Bani. Talika also feels guilty and tries to encourage Bani, saying this marriage is not done by Yuvan and says it is done by Kabir. Talika says this marriage has no meaning. Talika says Yuvan will only be hers forever. Bani, hearing Yuvan's name, looks for him. Bani goes to find Yuvan. Bani calls Yuvan. Yuvan asks Bani to stay away from him. Yuvan says he doesn't deserve her love. Bani says she will never stay away from her Yuvan, and says there is no need for a third person to tell what Yuvan means to Bani, and vice versa. Yuvan sees the wounds on Bani's hands. Bani lies to Yuvan that these wounds are from the kitchen, but Yuvan understands these wounds are given by Kabir. Bani encourages Yuvan and says now first they need to take Kabir out of his body and mind. Talika recalls what happened and thinks there is no meaning for this marriage, and says to herself it is a lie and Kabir is a lie, and says Bani is going to kill Kabir, as she will treat Yuvan completely. Talika's inner soul comes out in the mirror and reminds her that she betrayed Bani by lying to her that Kabir gave her a sleeping pill and she married Kabir in an unconscious state. Talika's inner soul says, but Talika knows the truth, that Talika said yes to the marriage with a sound mind. Talika recalls what happened. It is shown Kabir will bring Talika to marry her. Talika asks Kabir why did she bring her here. Kabir says they're going to marry right now and says they are going to marry tomorrow in front of everyone for a formality. Talika tries to convince Kabir that they will do marriage tomorrow. Kabir threatens Talika that he will kill himself if she doesn't agree to the marriage. Talika, hearing this, agrees to Kabir's proposal of marriage. Talika thinks she made a big mistake by marrying Kabir. All the family members worry about Yuvan and Kabir. Veer tries to convince Hemant to make Yuvan join the mental hospital. Hemant and Veer argue with each other about this. Veer reminds Hemant that he was not here when Kabir is roaming around the house with a sword in his hand and says if Kabir found Veer or Viraj, then they would have been dead. Veer leaves saying nobody will understand the problem until a few bodies drop in this house. Bani brings food for Talika. Talika hides her Mangalsutra with a scarf from Bani. Bani asks Talika to eat the food. Talika says she is not hungry. Bani says to Talika that she knows marriage is a big dream for any girl and Kabir spoiled her dream. Talika asks Bani not to talk like that. Bani understands. Talika doesn't want to talk about it. Bani comforts Talika and leaves from there. Talika couldn't see into Bani's eyes because of guilt. Episode ends.